So it is Friday night at 10:58, March the 29th of 2024, and just got back from seeing, what was it called? The Late Night with the Devil, I think it was. Um, and it was good. I really enjoyed it. Um, but on the walk home, which was kind of spooky because I just saw a horror movie, um, I thought, what if I recorded myself and put it on the internet? Because that seems like a great idea. Um, Definitely recording myself. Not sure about the internet part, but we'll see. The camera looks just magnificent. Uh, it is the laptop camera, and yeah, so that's what we're working with. The mic, probably not great either. The Arctis 7 that I've had for so long that uh, you know, they're starting to break down, so I might need a new one this summer. But what was this called? Let me pull it up. I think it's Late Night with the Devil. Yeah, Late Night with the Devil. It was good. Um, so at the B&B Theaters in Blacksburg at 8 p.m. I walked there. Uh, Turns out it's 2 miles and not one. So I jogged about right around half a mile, maybe a little bit less. Um, because it was like 7:51 and I still had a little ways to go. So I was like, yeah, I probably need to speed this up. So it was good. It started out with, I'm not sure if this was part of it or not, but it seemed like there was too many intros. You know, like when they like do their thing, it's like what's like the famous one, like THX, that one where it's wah, that one. They did like too many of those. I don't remember how many. It was like six, but it was a lot. So, not sure if that was part of the movie or just a lot of people worked on it. Could be maybe both. Wow, my hair is all sorts of goofy. Um, so yeah, it was good. Um, Started off with like a narration of some deep voice guy that went over like the basics of the story. It followed Jack something. I forget his name. And he was a radio host, and then he started doing the TV show Late Night or the Owl something. But so he started doing that, and he it well, spoilers, because if you're ever gonna watch Late Night with the Devil, don't listen to this part. So, um, he like sold his wife. Well, I guess sold his wife to the devil unknowingly because he went and joined a cult in the woods. Um, but he didn't know that his wife was going to be sacrificed, and then it like it was for fame. Uh, so he brings on this. Uh, First he brings on to the show Chris something, and he dies. Uh, he dies pretty. He vomits himself to death, which was rough. And he connects to Minnie, which was Jack's wife that died. Um, and then they bring on a skeptic, and he's a former illusionist, and he does all sorts of tricks with his hands, and then he vomits, or Chris vomits everywhere, and then you find out later that he's dead. And then they bring on uh, this other lady and this girl, and the girl is possessed by a devil, and she was part of a different cult, I think. They were like devil worshippers, and the doctor lady saved her. Um, and then they do like, well, Jack tricks the lady and the girl into doing a performance where she gets possessed, and then the drunk guys are screaming at the end of the hall. Um, and then you kind of that's when you start learning like that Jack was for sure in the cult because it was hinted at, but you weren't really sure. And or not the devil cult from the girl, but the cult in the woods. There's a lot of different cults. Just go watch the movie. It was good. Um, and then the skeptics like this is all that was hypnosis. Oh, and the girl goes like she starts levitating, and she calls uh, the doctor a whore because she I guess that Jack and the doctor started sleeping together after his wife died. Jack's wife died. Uh, and then it ends up that the skeptic puts one of the guys under hypnosis. Everyone's like, "Oh, it was fake," and then they were like, "Well, play back the cameras from when the girl was possessed, and it wasn't fake." So then the skeptic's like, "Uh-oh." And then something happens. Sorry, that was sure that sounded great. Something happens to where what happened? Oh, they watch the tape. Um, and then the girl just like gets fully possessed, and well, her head splits open, not graphically, but well, I mean it's kind of graphic, but it's not like bloody. Um, so her head splits open, and then she immediately kills one of the side characters, which was funny because he earlier made a joke about uh, how his wife likes the way his head is facing on his shoulders, and of course he dies by his head twisting around, which was funny. But obviously his head got twisted around, so that was gross but funny. And then uh, and then the doctor brings out her little amulet that she used to calm her down the first time, the girl down the first time, and she kind of uh, uses that and spins it around her neck and then lifts her up, which ends up slicing her throat open. Um, and then the skeptic guy, he starts like going into a warship, which is ironic because he was a skeptic and now he's worshipping this thing. And he, Indiana Jones style with the Ark, gets burnt alive. Um, and then we see our main character Jack kind of go through some scenes of the past. Um, well, first he like drinks this stuff, and a whole bunch of like cult characters kind of force him to do it, and then he kind of relives all these moments from the past, like on the TV show, and then eventually he realizes what's going on, and he's like, "Stop watching, turn your TV off." And then the final scene, or one of the final, not like the final scene in the movie, but the final scene of this segment, um, his dying wife is there, and she's dying of lung cancer. Um, and then the sacrificial dagger is there, and she's like, "I love you, but you gotta kill me," pretty much. So, um, if I ever was gonna ask to be killed by a knife, stomach's not where I'd want to be stabbed. Um, brain through the eye would be good, or maybe like heart. Heart would be good. Heart would be fast. Not stomach though, which is what he chooses to do. He goes right in the stomach. Um, and then he kind of flashes back to reality, and he's just stabbed the girl that was possessed. But it wasn't like a hypnosis thing because you see all the other dead bodies around. And then you hear sirens, and he's confused, and then that's how it ends. So I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. Um, Found footage style, or that's how it was advertised. And I guess that's true. It wasn't like Blair Witch where it was like hand cams, which was what I was expecting. But yeah, it was a neat found footage, not what you would think. So that was cool. I wish we kind of got because the intro was a narration about these are the lost tapes of what happened and some background stuff that went on. And then that guy never comes back. It would have been interesting. It might have screwed up the flow, but it would have been interesting if he came in every now and again, the narration guy, and was like, this and this, just some context, and then maybe at the end. Um, but at the same time, it was a good ending. Like, it left a lot of questions, but I don't know. It just didn't. I feel like that works, but it didn't fit with a narrator at the start. At least I think. I don't know what I'm talking about. I just like watching movies. I don't even watch them as much as I'd like to. So it was $15 for the ticket and another 18 for a large popcorn and a small drink. And the large popcorn was a lot larger than I thought it was going to be, so I only ate about half of it. Oops. Good thing that didn't spill everywhere. That would have sucked. Yeah, there's around half of it. So I'll be munching on this for the next few days. And I just remembered I just brushed my teeth, so that's great. Glad I just did that. But popcorn's just too good. So yeah, it was they are really screaming. It's girls now, not guys. Um just the perks of living in Pritchard. So, um yeah, I definitely would recommend. It's an interesting one. Um just kind of went to the movies on a whim today. So, not really sure what else. This video is kind of getting long for a YouTube video. 12, 13 minutes. I don't care enough to edit it, and these are kind of for me anyway. So if you're watching, I hope you liked it. Um, yeah, I think I'll probably end this one here. Maybe make another one, cause kind of go over what I did today, kind of more like a diary style. I don't know if I'll post that one, or maybe I'll post it in a different place, or maybe I won't post any of these. I don't know. Be kind of cool to have a following on YouTube though. Probably won't get any by doing this. Probably will have to do something interesting. But anyway,